Hello, this is Jason.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
I'm good. You're live on This Week in Startups with David Sachs, a much more experienced and colossal CEO than myself. So you've got two CEOs here with a little bit of experience. Tell me, who are you, where are you from, and what is your question?
Well, hi, my name's Don Charlton. I'm founder and CEO of the Resumator.com. We're located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Startup company launched January of this year, and I have two questions.
Okay. The Resumator.com. Okay, we got it coming up on the screen here.
It's theresumator.com, and basically what we do is we take the pen and paper out of hiring. We make it collaborative. We make it less expensive. But the question I have is, it's not a sexy industry. Our product is insanely useful. People love it whenever they use it. There's a lot of high value, and we're growing. But what we're trying to do though is we're trying to figure out how do you get buzz for a product that's in a market that isn't necessarily social networking or something that's sexy.
Right. So I guess your question is, how do I get buzz around my product if my product is in fact not that buzzworthy? If it's a boring product, right, or mundane, or practical, how do you get marketing for that? This is a great question. So let's take a look first at your product, the Resumator. We'll pull it up on the screen here. I like the design of the site. Just coming to it immediately, it's very good. The one thing I will tell you, as a design sort of guy, red and blue vibrate a lot. So the red sign up button is a little bit aggressive, but that's okay. And it says, save time and money on hiring. The Resumator is the easy, efficient way to promote jobs and review resumes. That's a great website. You go to it, it tells you what it does. Add your career portal to your website. So I guess I can add this and have like a job board on my website?
Yeah, exactly.
Then I can post jobs to my job board, like blog software, collect resumes and sort them, and then rank them and collaborate on the applications. This seems like something I would like to use at Mahalo. Tyler, you do a lot of hiring for the team here. Everybody who works at Mahalo has to go through Tyler. He checks them for their ability to fit in with the insanity at this company. This is a great idea. So it's sort of like if I was going to do a blog, I wouldn't make my own blog software. I would just sort of put that there. I use WordPress or something. Here I can have my resume workflow done with this. How much does it cost?
There's 3 price plans. It's free for 1 job. It's $49 for up to 10 jobs, and it's free for unlimited. And the idea behind it is it makes the entire process paperless. Instead of an inbox full of emails you have to print out or resumes you have to print out from PDFs, it converts them all into a format where you can just browse online and collaborate online to view all your applicants. Okay,
so you want to know how to market this. I'm going to give you 4 tips. The first one is a basic one. Do you have a corporate blog? Do you have a corporate Twitter account? And do you talk about the overall industry of employment on it on a regular basis, yes or no?
Yes, we do have a blog. We do have a Twitter account. I think we did a pound twist for you.
Good.
And we just did. And also we're trying to become more involved in sort of being a voice in the industry. So, yes.
So this is a key thing to do. And the way you want to do it is, I'm pulling up your blog right now, is you want to be very magnanimous and not talk about yourself. You want to talk about everybody else in the resume space, everybody else in the hiring space, people looking for jobs, stories in the New York Times. You want to credibly insert yourself as an authentic voice in the career space. So don't write about, this is what we're doing. If there's a story about people being, unemployed people, and it's raising to a certain rate in some city and what they're doing to transfer their jobs, talk about that. If there's another company doing interesting things, talk about that. Talk about Craigslist. Be bigger than yourself. So I think that's a place where you could probably evolve. Because I'm reading your blog post, your blog right now, and it's like, hey, here's new features about us. Here's us in the news, and here's some more features about us. Me, 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 me. And what it's really got to be about is us, 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 you, you, you. You understand that difference? On a conceptual basis?
I'm red in the face now. That is now that I look at it, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's just a very simple thing that you can do. Credibly insert yourself. Another thing you could do, right? So there's conversations occurring about resumes and hiring. The blog and the Twitter account are ways for you to credibly insert yourself into that conversation stream. Where also those conversations occur is they occur at events. So maybe what you should do is host an event about employment. Host an event about employment services. This is sort of like an advanced kung fu method, but there's a discussion going on about your space. And it's best that you host the discussion, and then you get looked at as sort of like the magnanimous person. It's one of the reasons I do TechCrunch 50, which David won last year, is so that I am sort of supporting all the industry. It's part of the reason I do Twist. It's not about, you don't hear me talk about Mahalo on Twist, do you?
No.
Right. What do I talk about on Twist?
You talk about startup companies.
Exactly.
And it's a way of becoming the expert.
Exactly. And so now we're here helping you. You feel good about Twist. Maybe you check out Mahalo. Think that same way. How you can talk about the industry and then help it. A couple of other things for you, very quick. One, number two, stats and surveys give journalists a jumping off point. It's very difficult to create a survey and a stat, right? This seems like it's colossal. It's so difficult. It's not. It's really easy. Do a survey of 100 hiring managers, 50 hiring managers, and ask them to answer 20 questions related to the economy, whatever. Put it in a press release. Do great charts. You could hire somebody for probably $2 or $3 grand to do this for a month. Release the study in a PDF format to the press, and have some questions in there that you know are going to appeal to a TechCrunch. You know that are going to appeal to the New York Times or somebody. Journalists are looking for data points to jump off of. You have probably some data locked up in your collection there of sites, and with those people who are your hiring managers, you could release that information and get a lot of buzz about it. The last one I'm going to give you, number 3, is the sort of purple cow. Have you read Seth Godin's Purple Cow?
Yes.
Okay, so it's something unique. What is unique and interesting about you, right? I have the Bulldog, I've got the Tesla. People can key off of that. I play poker. I'm a degenerate gambler. You know, there's something that people can say, oh, Calacanis has these things about him. What do we know about Don Charlton? Business is personal. We should get to know you as the CEO. We should get to know what you're about. David did the film Thank You for Smoking. He was the founder of PayPal. He placed in the World Series of Poker. What do we know about Don? I don't know if you're a boring guy or not, but it would be cool to know something about you if you have a little personality as a CEO and there's some purple cow about the company, right? I mean, IZEA and PaperPost, it's a dorky company. I don't agree with everything they do, but you got to give the guy Ted Murphy who runs that company a lot of credit because he's everywhere. And that was my 4th point, be everywhere. So be unique, be everywhere. So we got 4 points for you. 1, host the conversation, make the conversation more about the industry and everybody else. Number 2, do some kind of a stats and a study, something like that you can give out. Purple cow it, make yourself unique, make your company unique, something about it, something you do, you have lunch, you have free massages, those things have already been done, something else like that. Google gets more press about free lunch and 20% time than anything. You come up with something like that. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, and also be everywhere. I haven't seen you at any events. Did you come to TechCrunch 50? Were you at the D conference last week? Were you there wearing your logo, with your hat, giving out chocolate-covered grasshoppers like that grasshopper.com company did? You need to be unique and out there so people can pick up on you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to get into the demo pit, too, this year, actually.
All right, well, we'll try and make that happen. David Sachs is here. David, you've done a great job marketing. I mean, you make beautiful products. You won TechCrunch 50. What are some things that you can help Don and the Resumator to sort of break out and sort of be more buzzworthy?
Right. Well, I was going to ask, are the resumes public that people create? I mean, can you index them in Google so you get SEO traffic?
Well, no. The idea is, in the industry, is typically you want to maintain the privacy of each applicant. So the only person that can see the resume is the business that fielded the resume.
Okay.
But you do have the jobs can be SEO'd.
Yes, yeah, we're all over that.
Okay.
Basically, that's the idea. Is SEO, the actual job. Yeah, exactly.
So do the users create their resumes on your site, or is it just about companies posting these job listings?
Well, companies post jobs. We syndicate them across the web for them. Applicants come to their job boards, and then the applicants post their PDF or their Word document or text file resume, and we just basically prevent you from having to print all those out. We make them visible in the browser, and then there's a whole bunch of collaborative tools around each resume. So, huge time saving.
Okay. I mean, I usually approach it from a product point of view.
Right.
I'm not as good at self-promotion as
other
people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, the two sort of traditional ways to make your product kind of self-distributing are you either can create content that can be indexed in search engine and people can find it that way, or you make it viral somehow, that the users invite other users as part of the product flow.
Which was PayPal.
PayPal did that.
If you don't have a PayPal account, it would just email you. By the way, Jason at Calacanis, you have $100. It's
right.
Like, what do I do now? Of course I'm coming.
Right. You could send money to an email address. The person doesn't even have to be a user. So
that's interesting.
So, yeah.
So maybe you should you have like an email this job to somebody or know somebody who's qualified, email it to them and maybe get a commission or something like that. That would be an interesting thing, is to create a financial incentive maybe in the product. So if I had the Mahalo job board, I could say I'm willing to pay a $50 bounty or a $500 bounty if somebody refers somebody, and then have that automated into the sort of intranet software that you provide. Do you have that feature?
We don't have the monetization part of it, but you can forward jobs. Definitely, we definitely have that.
Well, just speaking out loud here, you heard about PayPal, and the money in the email thing was sort of magical. I know if I got an email from somebody that said, hey, David thinks or Tyler thinks you might know somebody for this, VP of social media position, it pays $1,000 bounty, I might actually do it. And if
right, so you're sort of talking about like an affiliate marketing type of
a little bit
offer.
like an affiliate marketing type thing, it might be something you want to consider. Some way of, and basically you're empowering your customers to do that so they can just check off that box or not. They don't have to use it. But I think you got to be everywhere. Where are you based again?
Pittsburgh.
Okay, well, that's the first mistake. You got to get out of Pittsburgh and move to a major city. No offense to Pittsburgh.
My father-in-law's from Pittsburgh.
Sorry, Pittsburgh. I know you got the Steelers, but there's not much else going on there. No offense to Pittsburgh, but to be honest, people in terms of scaling up the business, you could have the home office in Pittsburgh, but you got to get yourself into the flow if your goal is to build a big startup, and really blow it out. New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, maybe Austin, but you got to upgrade the city and have your management team there, and really, if you want to kill it. I know that's hard to say to the second-tier cities of the United States and the world. I'm sorry, but unless you're like some colossal entrepreneur like a Mark Cuban or a Jeff Bezos or something like that, or a Mark Andreessen, where you can pick what city you're in and everybody comes to you, I really highly recommend being in a city where there's a lot going on, because you would get caught up in that buzz. If you guys were in, say, the Valley, you would be getting caught up in the buzz of the 5 events going on every night and your 10 employees going to them and handing out cards and wearing hats and giving out stuff. You're not in the flow. I mean, what the hell's going on in Pittsburgh? No offense. Right?
Trust me, I thought about moving out of here a few times.
All right. So now you have 5, 6 pieces of advice. Hopefully you take 2 or 3 of them, and hopefully maybe in 10 shows, Alex, can we maybe call back the people on Ask Jason, maybe, and we should just have a wrap-up show. Maybe episode 20 should be all the Ask Jasons put into one, and we talk to them and see if any of these people took any of the advice and if any of it worked.
Yeah, we can do that.
This is free advice, so it's worth as much as you paid for it. Don, thank you so much for calling in and being honest about your business. It's really a cool business. I would actually like this product on Mahalo. Wouldn't this be cool, Tyler?
I need to dive on it.
All right, well, can you email Tyler at Mahalo and just tell him a little bit about it and give him a free account? This is the other reason we do the show, so we can get a free version of this stuff. Get him a free account, and he's going to try it for Mahalo. And that's another thing to do, is you should try to get high-profile clients who are very social media active. I mean, if you get, Mike Arrington at TechCrunch, or me, or, I don't know, Scoble, Rackspace, if you can get some of those high-profile people stumping for your product, that's better than you stumping for your product. I mean, David has me on the homepage of Yammer talking about how great Yammer is. It's better to have somebody else doing it. It feels better. Anyway.
Wait, Jason, can I have you on the homepage of the Resumator?
Absolutely, you can have me on the homepage of the Resumator if we use it. This is actually really interesting.
Gotcha.
As a side note, we had somebody, we tried their product. The product was good, but we didn't really need it.
I know what you're talking about.
Right, Tyler knows what we're talking about. Is Tyler mic'd?
No.
Tyler's got to be mic'd, and we need to have a camera on Tyler in the future. Tyler cam, please. And we used the product, and we said, hey, if we like the product and it's good, we will do a press release for you.
Right.
And then they were like, we're not going to really use the product. We have our own solution for it, but thank you very much. It's a very graceful, good product. And the person was like, well, can we still do a press release with you? Mm-hmm. And I said, well, the press release is going to say, it's a nice product, but we have a better solution. So I don't think you want that quote on your press release. And they're like, well, it's kind of really important for us to have a quote from you. And I was just like, it was a little bit surreal to like have somebody ask for a bad quote as opposed to no quote. And I had to really explain to them, like, a bad quote is not as good as no quote in the order of things. Anyway, Don, thank you so much. And good luck with everything. And keep fighting the good fight. I know it must be tough to be in the employment space during the worst economic time of our lifetimes. But if you build now, you will have great market share when the market comes back in 2017. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
You've been watching This Week in Startups. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.